There's definitely, that's really where I can like really dive into things, because that's like my home. You know, that's where I really feel like something special, you know, and really just working on this project in general, the amount of people that I got to be around and that I got to, you know, have come in and you know, kind of bless me with their presence just while I was working on this new project that I put out. Even just starting back from when I was in New York, before I even really dove into conceptualizing it, and I got to hang out with, you know, Busta Rhymes and Jim Jones came through and listened to some of the music I was working on, and you know, Busta kind of took me under his wing that night, and like we went out and like till like 4 o'clock in the morning, and he just gave me a lot of wisdom. And I think that was like a big thing, that I heard a lot of his unreleased music, and I hadn't slept for like 24 hours straight, you know? And so he's sitting on some crazy stuff, and so that just set the bar even higher for me. When I heard that, that was what I was trying to chase. You know, I wasn't even trying to chase a lot of the guys that are out now. I just wanted to even top that, you know? And then, you know, being down in Atlanta and Greg Street, you know, took me through Stankonia to hang out with Big Boy and some of the guys from Organized Noise. That was crazy for me. Playing them some of my songs, watching Big Boy bob his head in the back while I'm sitting there, like, you know, doing the like this, like looking, like pretending I'm not looking at him while I'm playing the music. That's crazy to me, you know? And then having, you know, Buck Wild fly down from Digging in the Crates to work on, he's got 3 songs on this project, All That I Need, featuring Kai Lacey. Kai Lacey, people gonna know her name very soon. She's on the one song called All That I Need on this project. And something about the chemistry I have with her, because I actually have another song with her that I'm honestly might even be even more excited about to put out. The chemistry with me and her is just so wild. She's just like incredible singer from Tennessee. She's starting to buzz around Atlanta too, but really, like, I think the stories in the studio, man, it's just like, there's a certain sense of creativity in Atlanta, and you know, producers will just bounce around from studio to studio, different artists will just go from studio to studio. And for me, my creative process, like, I treat the studio, I treat it like a sanctuary, man. Like, and I think I see a lot of, you know, like, not even knocking this, but I see a lot of artists that leave the studio and they'll still have like trash in there and like ashed blunts and empty drink containers and stuff. And like, the interns at the studio, they'll clean it up. Like, they'll clean it up and they have no problem doing it. And like, it's even expected, like, that's whatever, you know? It's like when you leave a restaurant, you leave your place dirty and everything, and so that's just what happens. But for me, I had this sense of, when I'm in the studio, I want to leave it looking even cleaner than it was when I got there. Because it's like, I feel like no matter what level I get to, I want to remain humble enough, and I want to remain where I feel personal enough in the studio, where that's a sanctuary. That place is sacred. You're not more important than the studio. You know, you're even lucky to go in there and create. And I feel like the more care and the more, you know, even when I go into the booth, like, I go into the booth, before I even start recording, I close the door, I dim the lights, and I just sit in the booth for like 10 minutes. You know, I never just rush in and then just record. Like, I sit in there for 10 minutes and just breathe and relax and just like really think about my surroundings. And then I go, and then that's when I make my best music, I think, you know? I love being in the studio, no matter what's going on in my life. And it was the same thing when I used to play basketball. It was like, if I stepped on the court, everything in my life just disappeared. When I go to the studio, in the booth, everything in my life doesn't matter. I just focus in.
We have to learn the system. It's a game. And unfortunately, we have to play that game. And we got to play that game the best if we want things to actually happen. That's why you had niggas like Obama sitting up endorsing Hillary Clinton so hard, because we were supposed to fight for our country, and we didn't. So now I'm like, we got to figure out what you really want to fight for in life.
But yeah, just growing up in Connecticut as it is just was super, it just made you want to create and want to do interesting things, because there wasn't that much interesting things. Like, it has a bunch of beautiful aspects, but nothing too like exciting or anything like LA. So when I finally got to LA, it's like, this shit's crazy now, yeah.
Does it really matter if people hate you? I mean, my mom hates Bob Dylan, and that's enough said. I don't understand that. I don't understand how anyone could hate Bob Dylan, but some people don't. Ritz hates the Rolling Stones. How do you hate the Rolling Stones?
Ever since I was young, I've always been super comfortable expressing myself. Through my hair, through my clothes, through songs, all of that. I used to sing, as long as I can remember. I used to sing in middle school. I used to get picked fun